Next, we've arranged for several of our senior management staff to introduce themselves and explain the various aspects of our quality management program. Rick, can you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. My name is Richard Heiser, and I'm the systems engineer and ISO representative here at Traffic Safety Products.
Great. Could you take a moment to explain our commitment to quality?
Going through the ISO certification program helped us establish a professional quality management system. Early in the ISO certification project, we hired an experienced quality consultant for ISO document creation, which we tailored to our own company. While we were preparing for ISO certification, we had to document and establish processes which may or may not have previously existed. Our quality manual consists of 3 main sections, which operate in a top-down hierarchy with more detail at the bottom. General information is at the top in the policies, and then more detailed information is down in the procedures and flowcharts level.
And how does the ISO program specifically improve our quality? And specifically, how do we use CARs and bars?
Corrective actions and preventive actions are encouraged to everybody to help promote continual improvement. We've learned to look at weaknesses as opportunities to improve our processes and improve productivity. Technicians and assemblers make suggestions and corrections for all products that they build.
Now, our quality management program is not static, it's continually being improved, and how do we achieve that?
Well, one of the things we learned to do during our certification process was to establish KPIs, or key performance indicators. These are used as metrics so we can measure how we're doing. And we have internal audits we now conduct twice a year where we examine our metrics and we sit down and we review each department as well as our processes to see if we're measuring up to where our expectations are.
Okay. Now, once we begin production on the system, how do we go about ensuring that our techs build the product consistently to the same standards?
We have production instructions which are included in all of our work authorization documents, which assemblers and technicians may reference. This helps us consistently build traffic safety products to the same standards.
Okay, and then after the product is assembled, how do we go about testing the products? How do we ensure that we use the same standards all the time?
All of our traffic safety products have what we call ATPs, or acceptance test procedures. This helps validate the assembly and functionality of all traffic safety products. These are written so testing is performed from the bottom up. So the subsystems are tested and approved before the final systems integration and test is performed.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Rick.
You're welcome.
Hello, my name is Steve Graham. I'm the supply chain manager here at Traffic Safety, and I've been with Traffic Safety for 2 years now. My position responsibilities include procurement of all product, inventory and non-inventory materials, material requirements process, or MRP programming. I assist with the production schedules and create the work authorization documents. And I handle and assign the serial numbers to all components that require serial numbers. I'm also part of the ISO 9000 audit team here at Traffic Safety. And as part of that, I'm responsible for the application of ISO 9000 as it relates to our production and processes. Our production processes are a 3-way system, cross-checking each other. They consist of the ISO program, an MRP program from Sage Business Works, and a WAD program, or work authorization document. In our ISO 9000 program, we control our materials and processes through preset documentation and programs as established in guidelines by ISO. Those programs include, but are not limited to, part number sequencing, bills of materials, material requirements plannings, the purchasing information program, which consists of the purchase order, the part number PO formats, and the processes by which product is ordered. In addition to that, we also do a verification of product not only at the order entry level, but at the receiver level and at the level of installing material into our own inventory control programs onto our shelves for future use. These programs are all tied together into one loop and coincide with other programs by MRP and our Sage BusinessWorks programs. Our programs are set so that we can audit at any time in the process, finding material and requirements that are set for the individual build that we're doing. Our programs also allow us to control that build through the bill of materials and allow us to know exactly which product goes into each individual build, and we can trace that material from the onset of the initial order to the development and release of the final product. Our MRP programs are by Sage BusinessWorks. They include preset vendor identification. They include the ISO requirement to that preset, which qualifies the vendor to supply product to us. We also have part number identification within that program. And in that situation, we also have manufacturer's part numbers, which we refer to in our own part number systems. All of this material ties together to build a bill of materials or a BOM in our product, allowing us to know exactly what product is necessary to build the final assembly. That BOM product is part of our tracking and tracing programs here at Traffic Safety and allow us to provide material to the production floor for the final assembly of your product. The MRP process also allows us stock inventory reports, material identification reports, material usage, and transactions of those usages, including traceability of original orders back to the final released product. Our inventory stock systems also have a special program that are built up called a KIN report, and that report allows us to go in and pre-qualify any job or any position for the stock and the material that is required to supply it. These programs all, again, tie together within the ISO world and within our own BusinessWorks Sage MRP programs. Once the material is developed for your product, we then build the material by using what we call a work authorization document, or a WAD. The WAD structure is set to allow programs which are pre-initiated to control the manufacturing process, testing process, packaging process, and every step through the process of building your product. We strive to make sure that those documents are checked through multiple times through the process from the onset of the initial order release until the finalized shipping of the product. The TS1000 systems and its related product that go along with it have different activation devices that allow us to provide you with the necessary controls that you need. And they then allow us to produce and qualify the material to the final requirements that are set forth by Traffic Safety on production. Our TS1000 systems WAD checklists include the original documentation from your sales orders and the approved submittals that have been issued to us for your actual product. The system also allows us to teach and provide the production instructions to our individual technicians. These instructions are pre-written and approved by sales, marketing, engineering, and procurement. All these programs are tied together into a format which also adds the pick list or the BOM for the material, which is all the materials required to produce that particular item. The controls for the fixture and for the in-pavement fixtures are also included in those pick lists and BOMs. We also include layout drawings and wiring diagrams for that program. All those programs are researched and qualified by the technician as he completes his product. If there is any variance to the system, that information is brought forward to the engineering and procurement staffs, and we make the decision from that seat as to how the material is going to be produced. There are a lot of variances in your product, a lot of variances in the way the material is installed at location. This allows us flexibility in the production line. Once everything is laid out as far as the product build is concerned, we go into the burn-ins or the acceptance test procedures. The burn-in is simply a program that allows us to light up all your lights and compare them against our controller for a test period of time. We record the information and documentation, and that documentation is held within the WAD document for future use or referral. The acceptance test procedures are another series of test units on each individual component that goes into your product and verification that component is functioning correctly. We go through all those things and we record those things to the WAD document themselves. We print out the serial number tags and apply them to your product before it goes on. At the completion of our production processes, our technicians take photographs of your product and provide that information to the folders for future reference. We can actually look at the same item that you were looking at through our photographs via computer or in the folder itself. We maintain hard copies of the document, and we also maintain soft copies in our computer. The BusinessWorks build transactions remove the product from our stock listings and convert it into your final product part number. At that particular time, we go through the packaging process, and the packaging process consists not only of boxing your material, but also ensuring that the material labeling is correct on your product, ensuring that the material documents and details and decals that go on your box are in place. All the material is then placed into a preset cardboard box, and it has foam inserts against the box to protect your material in transit. We also fill out a QC shipping checklist at that particular time and require the shipping department to verify that all materials necessary for your product have been assembled and are in the box before final ship out. All this material, all this work, all this effort is for one reason, is to make sure that our product is the proper thing that you have asked for. Copies of the manuals are also placed in your package and sent to you. You have 2 copies of it to ensure that the people who are installing your material have copies when they need it, and also when your actual electricians are assembling the product at the site, they have a copy of them also. All of our processes and systems are built in to make sure that we can provide reliable product that will meet and exceed the expectations of our customers. It is our effort to provide continuous improvement in our processes and continuous service to our customer base.